When my name is wiped from the face of the earth, your life probably won't change at all. The extinction may not concern you in this room. And maybe you don't have to. You may never even have really seen me. Never really knew me. In your memory, I was just a guy who accidentally went through a cave. The daredevil who released the snake spirit and the scorpion spirit. A name. A blurry image. A background board used to advance the plot. Even if you swipe my clips on your phone later, that 3-second pause, it's not enough for you to see clearly. 80 million years of vicissitudes on my scales. And the elders roll up the ants. Day and night guarding the forest. You remember my fictional mistakes, but turned a blind eye to the real extinction in front of me. Humans talk a lot about makeup and change, but the truth never lies in empty slogans. It's hidden among my scales that were pried open by iron pliers. Hidden in the ripples of the cub falling into the soup pot. Hidden deep in that box of powder homogeneous to fingernails. I am a Chinese pangolin. My existence is part of the delicate balance of nature. But today I want to ask, 80 million years of our existence, whose path is it getting in the way? When the dinosaurs went extinct, my ancestors have made creatures underground, become one of the few survivors on this planet. Now the scales can withstand the lion's tusks, can't stop the ligature of the sack. Humans say we are the guardians of the forest, but on this planet. But there is no better-selling mammal than us. Armor evolved over thousands of years. It ended up being a life-threatening spell. I peeked out of the depths of the earth cave, in the smell of rotten leaves and soil, mixed with a hint of similar pleasure. At the age of 2, I was no bigger than a pineapple, but has taken on the mission of reproduction. This is my first breeding season. Time is hanging. Sword, I have to make it before the breeding season ends. I found a female who was willing to accept me. This half-mile wide forest was my home. I remember 25 of them living here. But now there are only my lonely footprints on the dead leaves. Every step leaves a faint odor mark. This is his business card for anyone who might exist. I am also in this vast world. The tiny imprint left behind. My nose. Capture the fragrance of every ray of hope in the wind. But only silence answered me. In 20 years, more than 80% of the companions have disappeared. Our species is on the verge of extinction. Want to continue the bloodline? I have to go further. Black ants in rotten tree trunks. It's a feast I can't resist. But every bite is a gamble with death. The cold letter of the cobra brushed the aura. Taste my breath. Its venom is lethal, but it can't penetrate my thick armor. It's a shield from evolution. It's what I need to survive in this dangerous world. But this is also a heavy shackle when climbing. I thought about it more than once. Without this heavy burden, will it be easier to climb? But this is the ancestor in countless life and death battles. The armor left for me. To give up on it is to give up the confidence to live. But he is really my shackle. Let me on the road to survival. Every step is especially difficult. Like many things in this world, protection and restraint always go hand in hand. You can't have one. I can only carry this contradiction forward. Can't let go and can't let go. The cocktail ants in the trees are my favorite. I rely on a 16-inch tongue for divination. 80,000 ants every day. It's the fuel that keeps me going. My ear nose valves stop the ants from fighting back. Their resistance in shock is trivial. But it also makes me feel to the tenacity of life, even the tiniest existence. I also have the instinct to protect myself. Nightfall. A hint of magnetism. Draw me into a strange bamboo forest. But I met an angry raccoon in the cave. Its stench makes me uncomfortable. But it also made me understand. Every life has its own way of survival, even in a seemingly unpleasant way. Fireflies over bamboo shoots. Thousands of points of light converge into galaxies. They will not survive the break of dawn. But in the moment of blooming, it lit up my way forward. Fluorescence fading. I found another cave. It's quiet and secluded, enough to give me a night's rest. I crouched in the cave, listening to the wind blowing the leaves outside. I feel a sense of calm I haven't felt in a long time. Perhaps in this chaotic life, have a temporary shelter. It's great luck. The next day, the sun comes up. I followed a familiar scent to a female. Instinct drives me closer. Clear its back with its snout. However, the expected response did not come. It curls up even tighter. So I came too late. It may be pregnant. Hope is as fleeting as a dew. Maybe the fate of the world is like this. Meeting is accidental. Parting is a promise. I was teetering on the edge of despair. A small temple appeared before my eyes. Cigarettes around here. The prayers crashed on the altar into greedy echoes. Here they pray for peace. But there is no room for me who is struggling to survive. If the brilliance of faith cannot illuminate the corners of greed, the most sincere prayer is in vain. I stumbled to the edge of the reserve. Those so-called protections. More like a self-deception show. So I dragged my tired body out of the border. Hunger strikes again. Termites in the roots of decaying trees are an excellent supply. However, soon, eating time. The earth suddenly trembled. A huge black bear appeared on the other side of the tree trunk. His claws can easily tear through trees. And my life and death. I try to escape, scurrying up twigs. Just when I was in shock, the wind brings another breath. It's a female who's also about to miss her breeding season. It is the light of fate. And my last hope. Without hesitation, I slid down the trunk to approach it. The next few hours, we test and chase each other. Our tangled dance moves continued all night. In this silent wilderness, as if there were only the two of us left. It conveys the hope of life in the most primitive way. After mating, we crawled into a cave together. The stars move. When I come out of the cave again, a small pangolin is held tightly on its tail. It's so small and fragile. The scales on the body have not completely hardened, but it holds the hope for the continuation of our species. Look at the way it snuggles up against me. I have mixed feelings. 80 million years. We're surviving crustal shift, extinction. Relying on this dedication to life to survive so far. But human greed is like a sharp blade, continuously cutting into our living space. Humans grind my scales into powder, said to cure diseases. But it's no different than them chewing on their own fingernails. Then they threw my child into the soup pot, said to be strong. But it's just a self-deception. The scales become the capital of show-off. Life becomes the pinnacle of status. But I don't know that every scale is stained with my blood. Every mouthful of soup soaks my tears. They are intoxicated by these false effects. but forgot. We are also an important link in the ecological chain of the Earth. Humans cry for change, discussing making up for it, but can't see. My Chinese pangolin crouching in the shadows, waiting for a possibility. The answer that can never wait. The most absurd tragedy in the world is this. We just want to live in peace, digging and reproducing. And humans are stingy to give even this humble mercy. Let me just finish by saying one last thing. It wasn't me who released snake and scorpion spirits, because I can't get through the mountain at all.